100 years of service and 100 years of impact. Tonight, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas celebrates a centennial with music icons Janet Jackson and Blake Shelton. Before they take the stage, we're live from the blue carpet at the Cotton Bowl, looking back at how the United Way has shaped Dallas's past and is preparing for its future. This is United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's Centennial Celebration, presented by PepsiCo.
Welcome to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, everybody. Tonight, community and service come together for a celebration, and man, is it a big one, with Janet Jackson and Blake Shelton. It truly is a party with a purpose. Thanks for being with us on WFAA Plus for a blue carpet special. I'm Teresa Woodard.
And I'm Joe Trahan. How much fun is this going to be tonight? All about the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas celebrating 100 years. And listen, Teresa, the atmosphere, what they've done with the Cotton Bowl.
Amen.
It looks amazing. It's all dressed up and ready for this party.
Yeah, it's an iconic place, and we are talking about music icons, and there are some VIPs who are going to be on that blue carpet as well.
Yeah, can't wait to see them all flow through. Should be a lot of fun. And you know, tonight is a once-in-a-century celebration. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's mission, that is simple and sincere. Create access and opportunity for all North Texans to thrive. And they've been doing that since 1925, turning neighbors into change makers and hardships into blessings. This is a service-oriented organization that makes a big impact. And what better way to commemorate 100 years of an iconic Dallas institution than a concert with two iconic musicians. It should be so much fun as we see them go through this and get ready for this big show today.
We are so excited about all of this. And before Janet Jackson and Blake Shelton are taking the stage, some honored guests are going to be walking that blue carpet. WFAA's Michelle Montaigne has a front row seat to the arrivals. How lucky is she to be down there, Joe? Let's talk about the celebrity spotting that's going on, Michelle.
Yeah, Teresa, I feel like I got the best seat in the house. There are going to be plenty of celebs making their way down this blue carpet and into the very exciting event that you just mentioned. And I'm lucky enough to be joined already by one of those celebs, Marty Turco here. Hey, Marty.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. He is not only a Dallas Stars legend, he is the smartest goalie in the NHL. Isn't that right?
Yeah. At this point, I think I coined the phrase, but I'll take it when anybody says it.
Well, Marty, I know you've been such a presence here in Dallas since your time playing for the Stars. We got to start with why we're here, right? This is one of the most biggest milestones for United Way. And when you think of this organization and all that it's done for North Texas, what really stands out to you?
Well, there's so many things. You know, Jennifer and all of her predecessors, now that we're at 100 years for United Way, and I've been here for just over a quarter century of it, to watch them work in our community, to partner with them, to the Dallas Stars Foundation, to see their work in our community firsthand has been, you know, just nothing short of amazing. But in particular, North Texas wouldn't be the same without them. The stuff, the people that they touch, the lives, you know, all the services that they really touch on, you know, the income, the health, and the education parts of it is really what separates them from doing the work that we all want to be doing. But her team, the crew, they've been doing it for such a long time. And I'm really excited for them in the next 100 years to see what they got.
Well, speaking of what's been going on for a long time, that's a lot of Stars winning. So we do have to ask you a question about the Stars. They've been on a good run lately. But I want to ask you about Jake Ottinger. I mean, this kid, he's a fan favorite. What do you think of the goalie in the net right now for the Stars?
Well, I'm a little bit jealous. He gets to play at American Airlines Center tonight. You know, we got a puck drop soon against the Philadelphia Flyers. But what I know about the kid, other than him being just a good-looking, awesome, good golf swing guy, is that he would love to be here and help be part of such a wonderful night. We are on a run. There's a lot to do with both of our goalies, not just Jake, but Casey's been playing great too. So we're very fortunate to have a lot of great players on our team. Tom Glardy and Brad Alberts have done a magnificent job of putting this team together. So Jake, we're with him. We're behind him 100%. He's taken us on some glorious playoff runs recently. We look forward to, you know, kind of mirrored in a way of what United Way has done for a long-term success. The Stars have been doing it, and we hope we can have another great run at the Cup this year.
Well, we look forward to having you inside. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Joe, Teresa, me and Marty will send it back inside to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Michelle. And grab Marty and tell him I said hello for me, please, please. All right.
He's your golf buddy, huh?
Yeah, he's a great guy and one of the many great people, Teresa, who helped make United Way of Metropolitan Dallas fantastic.
Yeah.
And through the next half hour, we'll be highlighting some of the amazing work the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas does right here in North Texas.
And we start with history. 100 years of storied service to make lives better. I mean, for 100 years, they've been making lives better every single day. WFAA's Paige McCoy-Smith takes us back to the early days, before the organization was the United Way that we know today.
A century ago, Dallas was growing fast. With growth came opportunity. With opportunity came inequity. Then the community stepped up.
For 100 years, United Way has been the driving force of community impact and ensuring that North Texans have opportunity and access to thrive.
Jennifer Sampson leads United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. That's how we know it today. Back then, it was the community chest, formed in 1924, a century ago, when Dallas was growing, and so was the divide between the haves and the have-nots.
They were looking for a single source organization that could help raise funds from individuals and corporations and ensure that those dollars and philanthropic investments made it to organizations that were making positive changes in the lives of North Texans.
Volunteers played a critical role in the early days. They matter even more today.
Volunteers are the heartbeat of our organization. You know, from those first, sometimes I think back 100 years ago, that group that got around the table and said, they rolled up their sleeves. Nobody was giving them any money. They weren't getting really any recognition. They just wanted to make a difference. That is the core, again, of our work, and it continues to be.
The name changed in 1961, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. But the mission and its heartbeat stayed the same.
Everybody in the community can lend a hand and volunteer. Some of us need more help sometimes, and some of us are the helpers sometimes, but we each are going to be on both sides of that fence.
Through 100 years of evolution, United Way's focus is steadfast.
Our superpower is local, and we have a tightly defined strategy that's tied to very specific goals in the areas of education, income, and health.
And driven.
When we look to the future, and even today, we are using data science to understand vulnerabilities in local communities down to the neighborhood level, down to the block level. And that data science is a compass that helps us turn good intentions into measurable change for individuals and families in North Texas.
For 100 years, united in care, united in compassion, united in community.
We don't just dream, we do. We take action, we connect, we live united.
Needless to say, this kind of work does not happen on its own. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas needs your help to do all of this. All you need to do is open up the camera app that is on your smartphone and scan the QR code you see on your screen, whether it is a tax-deductible financial contribution or signing up to volunteer. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas is grateful for any support. You can also find more information at unitedwaydallas.org. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas supports service through 3 key initiatives, and they are the building blocks of opportunity for North Texans.
And listen, we want to take a little bit more of a deep dive into each of those 3 tonight. So here we go. There's education, health, and income. The belief all are interconnected, and progress in one area influences another. Through access and opportunity, all North Texans can thrive. That's right. And last year alone, United Way supporters changed the lives of more than 1.7 million North Texans, including 697,000 students. The goal by 2030, grow the number of students reading on grade level by 3rd grade by 50%.
It's an important goal, and I have no doubt that they can achieve it with a little bit of help. All of that work starts with collaboration between United Way of Metropolitan Dallas and local schools. Let's go back to Paige McCoy-Smith now.
Most big ideas that have the greatest impact start with the smallest steps.
What started off just me and my friends' kids have grown into over 16,000 students that we have served.
Meet Charnella Derry. Years prior, as a young mom, Charnella did not simply rely on the schools to ensure her children's needs were met. She went above and beyond to help them meet their educational and career potential.
It was a teacher who told me, whatever you're doing with your children, if you would bottle it, I abide. That is the foundation. We bottled it.
As she continued down her path, Charnella began to see a light. She gave it a name, Beacon Hill.
It is that guiding light. We want parents and students to be able to have a focal point.
Beacon Hill joins schools and educators with resources to keep students on track. Kids like Grayson Ware.
My reading teacher would always say, what does this word mean? And everybody would know what it means, or at least people would be strong enough to take guesses. But me, if I took a guess, I felt like I was wrong. And then if I said something wrong, people would make fun of me.
Grayson received help from Beacon Hill and his grades improved, but his progress extended far beyond the A's he received on his report card.
It boosts your confidence, boosts your ego. And it's like, you just have that feeling that you can conquer anything in the world. Because we have this poem in Beacon Hill. It starts off by saying, I can be anything, I can do anything. No matter the task, big or small, I can conquer it all.
As Beacon Hill continued to grow, Charnella sought the support of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas.
It was transformational. And so I owe a lot to United Way because they just didn't leave me out there by myself. They moved from teaching me the basics of a nonprofit to now being a part of their strategic committees. Because at the end of the day, you start off just by yourself, but it's going to take more than one nonprofit to transform this city. We're going to have to come together as a collaborative, and that collaboration is powerful.
Beacon Hill and United Way of Metropolitan Dallas understand that together they can illuminate pathways to success.
We have to fight for these kids. We have to be that voice. And I tell kids, if you don't chase the money, because you remember I was supposed to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher, but don't chase the money. Chase your purpose, chase your passion. Find out early in life what you were meant to do, and then you go do that.
Just as long as you give me your best effort, I feel like Beacon Hill won't give up on me as long as I don't give up on them.
When school is out, families have to look elsewhere for meals for their children. Coming up, you're going to meet the leader of one organization who turned her struggle into support for people experiencing these challenges.
And did you know, last year, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas fielded more than 52,000 inquiries from people seeking help navigating health insurance. One prime example of the incredible impact made in North Texas. We'll be back with more from the blue carpet at the Centennial celebration presented by PepsiCo.
Dallas, my goodness, you know we didn't come to be like other cities. There was no port, no gold in the hills, but together we made it good. We have big dreams for all of Big D, but we don't just dream, we take action. By providing access to education, financial stability, and healthcare, we live united so that we can all thrive. This is Dallas United, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, celebrating 100 years of impact, ready for 100 more.
When you invest in education, income, and health, more North Texas students graduate high school ready to succeed. More of our neighbors achieve financial security, and more local families gain access to health resources to live longer, healthier lives. Join the Live United movement and be part of the change right here at home. Give, advocate, or volunteer today. Visit unitedwaydallas.org to learn more.
Welcome back inside the Cotton Bowl for the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's Centennial celebration. I'm Teresa Woodard alongside Joe Trahan. The importance of financial stability just cannot be overstated. But the reality is, finding work and making a living wage in a market like today's can certainly be hard.
And the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has a workforce development program that has helped more than 25,000 workers in the last year. Paige McCoy-Smith shares a closer look at the resources and training that helped North Texans land on solid footing.
For 100 years, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has been committed to bringing communities together to find strength and share hope. This includes providing pathways to work.
It's really all about access to opportunity. So not everybody has the same access. And
This is Catlin Hale, Director of Career Pathways. Each year, the program enables thousands of North Texans access to better paying jobs, allowing for greater financial security. They do this by applying the principle, Live United.
the way that Live United applies to Pathways to Work is that it's a win-win. It's uniting clients and families with opportunity. It's providing employers with a great talent pool who are motivated and ready to work and ready to be successful.
The Work Ready training programs with industry-recognized credentials allows members of our community to rise up and build a better future.
The program really gave me a boost, I would say. Once I completed the certified nurse assistant and the phlebotomy, I was able to get off into the field, CNA.
This is Kiana Carter, a single mother of 5, and more recently, a certified nurse's aide. After completing the program, she says she got more than just a job.
It gave me a lot of confidence because at the time I was kind of down and out, being a single mother, having those hardships. Once I got into the program, it did build my confidence, and I was able to better know that I can do better than what I was doing at the time.
According to Catlin, Kiana's success goes even further.
Doesn't just change one person's life, it changes the trajectory of a whole family's life and then a whole community's life. And when one person thrives in North Texas, we all thrive.
Kiana is grateful to United Way for giving her a pathway to work.
Everyone that I came in contact with through my path, they were wonderful. They gave me everything that I needed. They provided everything. They were there every step of the way. So big thanks to all of them.
Yes, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas gave Kiana a new career and a fresh start. But Kiana's kids give her something that she values even more.
They give me a lot of praise, and they tell me, that they're proud and how much they love me. So, yeah.
Well, back here on the blue carpet, I am now thrilled to be joined by Ferguson Jenkins, a United Way champion, 3-time All-Star, and of course a Hall of Fame pitcher for the Texas Rangers. And Ferguson, when you think about your time here in Dallas and you think about all of the challenges that you've helped, invest in, what's one thing that you're really most proud of helping with?
Well, the fans are the most important thing. A lot of time when you take the field, and we played at Turnpike Stadium, which is a real small ballpark. So the fans were on top of you. But I always felt comfortable pitching in that scenario. And I won a bunch of ball games, and I'm happy that the fans really appreciated me.
You think about the fact that United Way Metropolitan Dallas has been serving this community for 100 years now. What has been the most, important part to you when it comes to giving back to this community?
Well, education is very important, and youngsters starting from kindergarten up, it's so very important. Education that gets you so many different aspects of life, jobs, striving to get better, to maybe even a family. So the United Way, they've done a great job.
And this event specifically, I have to ask, are you more excited to see Blake Shelton or Janet Jackson?
Well, I was talking to the young lady earlier. I'm from Motown. For the Temptations, the Four Tops. But, I've seen Blake Shelton perform and also Janet. So it's going to be fun seeing them.
The politically correct answer. All right, last one for you. United Way, just as a whole, it's impacted so many lives. Why is it important for you to be a United Way champion?
Well, it's an honor to have that distinction. And I'm happy to be a part of it. So the nice thing about it is when they asked me to do it, I said I'd be glad to do it.
Well, Ferguson, thank you so much for the time.
Pleasure.
All right, Joe, Teresa, back inside to you guys.
Thanks so much. Ferguson Jenkins. Oh, my goodness.
I'm being a fangirl up here.
I am, too. I once got a chance to take ground balls from Ferguson Jenkins.
Oh, my gosh.
I used to have the hero celebrity baseball game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just one of the greatest moments of my life. I went back to that 12-year-old kid who loved him back then.
I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous of Michelle. But that's okay. That's okay. We're in the house tonight. That's
right.
what matters.
And we're here for such a great cause. Yeah. And for a century, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has worked to create opportunities for every North Texan to thrive. Through its Southern Dallas Thrives initiatives, United Way and its partners are able to pinpoint communities with the highest needs.
Since its inception in 2018, the Southern Dallas Thrives program has helped more than 60,000 of our neighbors gain access to resources needed to live longer and healthier lives. Paige McCoy-Smith introduces us to one of the service partners that uses a food pantry to help improve food access.
In life, there are wants and there are needs.
I was hungry. We didn't have clothing.
At just 14, Tammy Johnson wanted to step up for her family, and it was needed.
My mom was sick, so she couldn't work, and we needed to depend on governmental assistance for her to take care of my sisters and I.
The struggles Tammy faced as a child became blessings for her as an adult.
I don't feel like anything in life ever happens to you, it happens for you.
Those blessings turned into Empowering the Masses, a nonprofit Tammy founded that provides life skills and health services to people with similar lived experiences.
When you go through those things and you have a hand up, it's for you to turn back around and give that back to the community and provide the same things for the people that you're serving as well.
Tammy's goal is simple: long-term community sustainability. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has been a valuable partner.
We are the boots on the ground every day doing the work. And so we have the influence in the community, and United Way has the connections out in the community. So they have the affluence. And so our influence with the community and their affluence together made us be effective in the community.
That partnership fuels growth that allows empowering the masses to meet the community where their needs are, like their market, which helps neighbors like Janie Eigelhart.
I think the Lord put me here to help the children, and that's what I want to do.
Feed their families. For Janie, that means more than 90 foster children over the years.
It's a food desert in the southern area here. We have to drive miles to get to a good grocery store. And this place here, you can come here and get fresh fruits, vegetables, bread, eggs. It's wonderful to have.
Just one way Tammy Johnson is empowering the masses.
So you're here to feed your community, provide seeds and resources, and let them become sustainable with the tools you provided.
Because in life there are wants and needs. Stepping up isn't just what Tammy Johnson needed to do. It's what she wanted to do.
So leading an organization with this strong of a legacy, that is no small feat. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has a tremendous leader ushering in the next 100 years of service.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Jennifer Sampson, CEO of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, who joins us now. Jennifer, it is so good to see you on such a momentous night.
Thank you, Joe. It's great to be here. It is. It's a really special weekend. It's a really special night. I can't believe that we're here. We've been planning this for, like we just said, almost a decade.
It's amazing.
So, congratulations, first off, on this momentous night, on making it this far. But you have been leading this work. You've been a part of the organization for almost a quarter of a century.
That's
You've
right.
been leading the organization
Not
for
100 years.
No. But when you can just kind of think for a moment and you look back, what is the moment that says, this is why I do it?
Wow. Today's been a very emotional day. We just came out of a patron dinner where we heard from so many people who care so deeply about the work that we do in this community. I'll tell you that the work that we do to create opportunity and access for more North Texans to thrive is our North Star.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps us going, is doing the work in the areas that we care about: education, income, and health, ensuring that more kids are graduating ready for success, whether that's a university, a community college, or getting the training and development they need to get a good job, and ensuring that communities are healthy Those are the building blocks for strong, healthy, thriving communities. And we live in Dallas, and we want Dallas to be the best place for everyone to live, work, and raise their family. So the strategy at United Way to create opportunity and access for everyone, that's what keeps me up at night, because the work is challenging, but it also gets me out of bed every single day because there's so much opportunity in this region. I love it. It's a privilege and it's an honor to lead this organization at this moment in time.
And I can imagine the motivation that you feel to get up and do it every day because the work is needed and it's so fulfilling. And in that sense, I'm curious, Jennifer, because when you think about all the connections that you've made, all the partnerships, all the stories, is there one in particular that really kind of puts the United in United Way?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, our invitation is simple. If we have big dreams for Dallas, and if you want to make those dreams come true, join us in the Live United movement. And what I saw tonight, what's happening here at the Cotton Bowl, is we are unifying the people and the programs, the funders, whether it's a corporation or an individual who makes a payroll deduction in their workplace campaign, to be a part of this movement. And it's a movement when it moves without you, right?
Yeah.
And United Way is a convener and a collaborator to bring all of these organizations together to drive that measurable impact that we seek. And so for me, it's just what unites us is the fact that we are so diverse in the people and the investors and the programs that we fund. Tonight, you know, we celebrated the Texas Instruments Volunteer Series, which was an 18-month volunteer series that engaged 2,000 volunteers, 50 different companies that hands-on, you know, working at the North Texas Food Bank or the Perot Museum. We had a STEM Fest where young kids were learning about science and math and engineering and thinking about their futures and what kind of jobs they could have and how important that STEM education is. Reading Day, you know, where we read to thousands of elementary school children. Charlotte Jones was the chair this year.
Work, Jennifer, amazing.
Just so much of it too, and again, I think you said it well because you put that into motion, and then you let that United Way movement
It's a movement.
work, and it's fantastic.
We're
It really
proud
is.
to be a
Thank
part
you so
of it.
much.
Thank you.
so
Well,
much for
we're
having
so
us
happy
involved
you're
again.
here, and the night is young. There's
true.
a lot more to come.
Yes, indeed.
It's a celebration of our past that's equal only to the promise of our future.
Oh, wow. That's
right. I
beautiful.
love it.
And a
Great way to
beautiful
put
way
it.
to look at things.
Thank
Jennifer,
you.
thank you so much. Go
Yes.
enjoy
Thank
the
you.
rest
Yes.
of this
Have a great
evening.
night.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
thank you.
Good
Thanks.
night.
All right, we want to send it back down to that blue carpet where we have some amazing arrivals continuing. And I think this one is not necessarily sports related. I think this one might be somebody that Texans will certainly recognize from a lot of different ways. Michelle?
Yeah, I think anybody would recognize this one. I am so honored to be joined now by Barbara Pierce Bush, the honorary chairman of this Centennial celebration. And Barbara, you think about how much your family, you have given back to the city of Dallas. What are you most proud of when it comes to what you've given to the North Texas community?
Well, I just feel honored that I got to grow up here and that I get to come to events like this where we're celebrating 100 years of United Way showing up for people in North Dallas. How incredible is that? And they're changing lives every single day, and I'm honored that I get to be part of it and get to witness it and help out in any way that I can.
You think about how many different areas that United Way impacts. Is there one that really kind of hits home for you?
Well, I'm recently a new mom. I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and so I of course love that they focus on education and making sure that all kids are school ready and can read and have the resources and everything they need, food that they need, et cetera, to have a full life. And I think about that now, how fortunate I am with a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and how every parent wants that for their kids, and United Way is helping them have that.
I have to ask, because this is one of the most important questions. Are you more excited to see Blake Shelton or Janet Jackson tonight?
Well, I'm a child of the night. I love Blake Shelton, don't get me wrong. I'm a child of the 90s. There was a time when I knew all the dance moves to Rhythm Nation, so I'm excited to see her.
Barbara Pierce Bush has spoken. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for being here.
The stars will continue to make their way here on the blue carpet, but for now we'll send you to a quick break and then we'll be right back.
Welcome back to our blue carpet special, everybody, ahead of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's Centennial celebration presented by PepsiCo. We are just about a half hour away from Janet Jackson and Blake Shelton taking the stage, and this is a party with a purpose, Joe.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys joining us here on WFAA Plus. I'm Joe Trahan. It is such a fun night, and United Way of Metropolitan Dallas does such incredible work.
Oh, totally.
And we are pleased to be able to bring this to you and share these incredible stories.
Yeah, it is a once-in-a-century celebration. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's mission is simple, and it is sincere. Create access and opportunity for all North Texans to thrive, and they have been doing that since 1925.
Turning neighbors into change makers and hardships into blessings. This is a service-oriented organization that makes a big impact. And what better way to commemorate 100 years of an iconic Dallas institution than a concert with two iconic musicians? You just can't beat it. It's fantastic stuff. I love the way that they have set this thing up.
Absolutely.
It is very well done.
But this is going to be more than a party tonight. It's also an opportunity to highlight that 100 years of hard work, and every day of that has been focused on making North Texas a better place to live.
Yeah, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas couldn't do that without important partners like PepsiCo. And joining us now is Stephen Williams, CEO of PepsiCo North America and chair of the Centennial campaign. Stephen, thanks so much for being here. First of all, you look really nice.
Thank you.
Listen,
Did you guys call each other beforehand?
That's right.
You kind of look like you're dressed alike.
The uniform.
I don't have the
nice,
pocket.
right?
I need the pocket square. There.
You got it. You got it. You're good. You're good.
Stephen, we are so thrilled to have you with us. And I'm so curious because you lead a massive organization, yet you also chose to chair this 100th celebration, this campaign. Why is it so personal? Why did you want to give your time?
Yeah. So, one, at PepsiCo, it's not just about giving back. It's who we are.
Yeah.
Right? It really is about making a difference in the communities that we work, live, and raise our families. And Dallas is one of our largest footprints in the U.S. Our headquarters, one of our headquarters is located here in Plano. And so it's a market that is very, very important to us. And we believe in giving back to the community. And that's what we're doing with United Way. United Way is the perfect partner for what we do. When my wife Christy and I moved here, in 2016, we got heavily involved with United Way. We always, every market we've lived in, we get involved with what we believe is the best fit for our company, for our personal life and for our company. And PepsiCo has been partners with United Way for a little over half of the 100 years, starting with Herman Lay, who was here in 1962, made Dallas home. And so the partnership is strong, and it's been that way for many, many years.
And then when you think about the good work that is done, can you speak to the power and purpose that is in the generosity that your company and the people who work for your company can put on display?
Yeah, absolutely. One, because we do have a lot of people in the community. I mean, one of the things I'm really proud of is we have the largest single day of caring. So we don't just give of our treasure, we also give of our time. And so I think being able to have a sizable impact with an organization that has such a deep impact in the Dallas community is really important to us.
What do you want folks to leave tonight thinking about? You know, what do you want to resonate with them after either watching the special or being here in person and listening to an amazing concert?
So one, it's an exciting night. Yes. It's a century of good work.
Yeah.
Right. And in 2018, we started an initiative called Southern Dallas Thrives, because it is an area in the Dallas community that we believe we have an opportunity to have an even larger impact. It's 50% of the population. It's only about 14% of the tax base. And so we put a very dedicated focus with the aim to we can't do it alone.
Right.
Us and United Way can't do it alone, but to build a catalytic snowball, if you will.
Yeah,
right.
but it's
To
working.
get to it is working.
And they're doing
it is. It is.
Thanks to the great partnerships like yours. Stephen,
Yeah.
we appreciate the time. We appreciate all the effort that goes into it. It's great work. It's God's work. We appreciate you so much.
Changing
Thanks so much.
lives in North Texas.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, we want to go back to the blue carpet because there are some exciting folks who are showing up. So let's go back to Michelle Montaigne. Tell us who you're now celebrity spotting with, Michelle.
Well, I know you guys have been very excited about some of the people I've already gotten to talk to. I think you're going to be most excited about this guy, Darren Woodson, 3-time Super Bowl champion, member of the Cowboys Ring of Honor, and my friends, you are a United Way champion. You've done so much for this community. Why is it so important for you to give back to a city that honestly loves you and embraces you so much?
Well, it's community. And when I first came in with the Dallas Cowboys, Charlotte Jones got me and myself involved in giving back to the community, and it made the introductions to United Way. And it wasn't just me, it was the 53 other guys as well that we had to be a part of the community somehow, some way. And United Way was obviously the one that they brought the community back together. So whatever we wanted to do, whatever we wanted to serve through the United Way, they found a way to paper us off and get us to go do whatever we wanted to do. But they've been awesome. Jennifer Sampson and the entire United Way team, they give back so much that people don't even realize how much they're giving back to the community. And I just want to be here today, 100 years of serving this community. I just want to be here to support them in any way I can.
Is there something that you feel like in the Dallas community you've done that you can say, we changed that for the better?
Yeah, I represented, speaking of United Way, they made an introduction to C5 Texas, a group that I represent that helps mentor kids from 7th grade all the way up to their senior year in high school and beyond. And I was a kid that grew up on the west side of Phoenix, Arizona. I didn't have a mentor. And that C5 program is really in the city mentoring kids, and these kids are joining and they're graduating from high school and they're going on to college. And that's our goal, is to graduate from high school but get your college degree at the same time. So I feel like I'm making a difference in those kids.
Darren, thank you so much for the time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Joe, Teresa, back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much. Great stuff there. Another one of my good buddies.
I know.
Why do all my good friends show up at this kind of event? I wonder why.
Because they want to see Janet Jackson and Blake Shelton. No offense to you. I don't think they're here to see you, Joe.
And they're good people, too.
They are.
And
They're here
good
to
people,
celebrate
too.
the United Way.
That's right. And listen, this kind of work doesn't just happen on its own. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas needs your help. Please open up the camera app on your smartphone and scan the QR code. There you see it. Whether it's a tax-deductible financial contribution or signing up to volunteer, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas is grateful for any support. You can find more information at unitedwaydallas.org. A United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, social innovation truly drives community-wide progress. It's about investing in new and creative strategies.
Mindsets that shift into out-of-the-box thinking to find solutions for all of the challenges that our many communities face. Paige McCoy-Smith is back now with a look at how United Way of Metropolitan Dallas fosters innovation.
At Dallas's Cafe Momentum, second chances are on the menu. The restaurant is a nonprofit designed to transform the juvenile justice system by employing at-risk youth and providing wraparound services with the goal of sparking change. A spark supported by United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's Social Innovator Program.
Social innovators across our community are amazing. We have a tremendous ecosystem of entrepreneurs and innovators and who want to make a difference in the community.
Chief Strategy and Impact Officer Susan Hoff says United Way seeks to identify social innovators like Cafe Momentum.
And at United Way, being able to harness that, we find, fund, and nurture those entrepreneurs to drive lasting change. That's one of the things that is the differentiator for us and one of the things that we value the most.
Back in 2008, Chef Chad Hauser taught a group of young men from the Juvenile Justice Facility to make ice cream. That experience shifted his life's trajectory.
That day, I spent 3.5 hours teaching 8 young men to make ice cream. But the real significant event of that day was that those 8 young men spent 3.5 hours teaching me who they were, how they were, and why they were.
After that experience, Chad began to understand the current juvenile justice model is not designed to foster long-term change.
One of my favorite quotes that I've ever heard in doing this work is, sometimes it's not the choices people make, it's the choices they're given. And I can't think of a more accurate way to describe the young people that we work with is they're making decisions based on survival. They're decisions that any of us would make under the same situation and circumstance, and yet we punish them instead of helping them.
Soon, Cafe Momentum was born.
So for me, and that's where the word momentum comes from, is how do we take that consistency and stability and create momentum when they're coming out? How do we create that momentum to provide a world of resource, opportunity, love, hope, and grace so that they can achieve their full potential, so that they can truly fulfill their dreams?
Before Tristan found Cafe Momentum, life was hard.
I was 15 years old and I was actually pregnant with my first child. I was on my second exit of the juvenile system.
Her future looked bleak.
I felt like my life was over. I feel like I had to give up on the dreams that I had dreamt of my whole life that was my shot of getting out, and I felt like I failed myself. I failed my family.
Even with those challenges, life threw Tristan yet another cruel blow when her mother shared devastating news.
She called me on my first shift and told me that she had been diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer. Dang.
Tristan's mother lost her battle to the disease, but Tristan found her path and a bright new future through Cafe Momentum and Chad Hauser's leadership. Chad was the first fellow selected for United Way's inaugural Social Innovation Accelerator in 2013 and positioned the restaurant for success.
I think you could distill down to like 3 really key things that the United Way and the Accelerator program did for us. Number 1 is the human capital. The number of mentors that helped bridge the for-profit and nonprofit space, and the amount of time that they poured into being thought partners was beyond critical. I think the second thing is the actual financial capital. We were struggling. I think I had calculated that at the rate we were going, it was going to take 20 years of monthly pop-up dinners to raise enough money to open the doors. Their investment in financial capital was pivotal. And that leads to the third thing, which is it's their stamp of approval. And when you get that level of stamp of approval from the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, it removes a lot of the risk aversion from other groups and propels them to want to jump in and support as well.
More than anything, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas offers something so powerful. It can change the trajectory of lives. They offer hope.
My hope for the future, I really just hope that I could make a change, that my voice and my story continues to change mindsets and continues to pour life into others. I have a lot of hope.
For a nonprofit like United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, having a supportive board means everything.
You got that right, Teresa. And board members who are service-oriented, mission-driven, and ready to work. And joining us now is Pascal DeRoche, Chief Financial Officer at AT&T and a current board member for the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. Pascal, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We are so proud to be a part of this tonight and so thankful that you're a part of it as well.
Oh, I am so excited about tonight.
That's awesome.
100 years of doing great work by the United Way.
Yeah, so you do work all across the world. What makes it so personal for you to be a part of the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas? This is your hometown now. Why is it personal?
You know what? You take a step back. The work that the United Way does in really helping underserved communities is really just, I think back to when I was growing up. There were programs that my family relied upon in order to really make ends meet. And the United Way, in the work that they are doing to support education, income, health care, and with AT&T, one of the big things that we are partnering with the United Way on is helping bridge the digital divide. It's hard to believe, but today, you still have millions of Americans who don't have access to connectivity or can't afford it, and many don't even know how to use it. So the programs that we have through Digital Bridges is really helping bridge the digital divide. Since 2021, we've spent $5 billion in helping bridge the digital divide. And there is a lot more work to do, but we're incredibly excited with the opportunity ahead.
Way to go.
And I know when it comes to your business, there are a lot of numbers at play when it's tech-driven like it is, but there's a human element that you get to touch when you do this kind of work. And is there an instance of one of those, senses of humanity that you've been able to see or to help with that really drives this mission home to you?
Oh, absolutely. On a regular basis, we work with the United Way to distribute laptops to underserved communities. We have a dozen what we call connected learning centers in Texas, and nearly 100 in the U.S., where we provide access to communities, and we also provide digital literacy. So being present when you're giving a laptop to someone who doesn't have it, and really allowing them to have a window to the world they didn't have previously. It's really incredibly exciting and quite rewarding.
Yeah, that laptop at that moment is not a piece of technology. It's a game changer, and it is a life changer.
It is a connection to the world.
Yes, indeed. Great stuff.
Pascal, thank you so much for the work you do with AT&T. I'm glad you're living in our community now. He says he loves Dallas after 5 years here, so you are now a Dallasite.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Pascal. Appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So the work here does not happen on its own. Volunteers, of course, give their time and energy to supporting United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's mission. Up next, we're going to show you how corporate and community partners from DFW play a big role in giving back to education, income, and health. Stay with us.
Reading is fun, and we want boys and girls to believe it's fun. We want them to determine that they will spend the rest of their life enjoying books. I love reading, so the idea of reading appealed to me because it makes me happy. But I also thought that it might influence children to want to read. I see their faces light up, especially the children that we saw this morning. Kindergartners are like a sponge. They just grow as every minute you can watch them learn. Volunteering with United Way allows any of us to make a contribution. You're very valuable to our community and to so many communities. We're fortunate to have you, and I am lucky to have been a part of it.
Each year, United Way brings together thousands of volunteers, including corporate teams, community groups, and families through its Aspire United Volunteer Series presented by Texas Instruments.
Volunteers are certainly the heart of the mission. Paige McCoy-Smith shows us how this spirit of service aligns perfectly with its mission to create a better North Texas through innovation and community impact by supporting education, food security, and health initiatives.
For 100 years, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas has been mobilizing volunteers to create measurable impact on the education, income, and health of North Texans. Key to its success is strategic relationships with local corporations.
TI United Way have really been joined at the hip, great partnership.
Andy Smith is the Director of Giving and Volunteering for Dallas-based Texas Instruments, which uses a powerful initiative to motivate employees to serve.
The Aspire Volunteer Series has been really exciting this last year. We have gotten out in the community, hundreds of TIers being involved in volunteer events around the city. Also, folks from other companies joining us in these efforts.
In honor of its 100 years, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's Volunteer Series, presented by Texas Instruments, is a drumbeat for the march towards the Centennial celebration The series provides ways for Dallas residents to play a part in the mission of volunteering.
When I think back on the last year, some of the highlights are the STEM Fest, the Perot Museum of Nature and Science, Stock the School, which just happened recently, where we bring school supplies to schools, looking at Reading Day, going into schools and reading.
These efforts garner praise and appreciation from school principals like Chara Pace from Clinton P. Russell Elementary School.
Our students and our teachers work so hard. They are deserving for all of the resources that are being poured into our schools today and Stock the Schools. So it's very meaningful for me because our teachers get to come back surprised at the new spaces that they have, and our students get to come back excited about the uniforms that they have.
United Way's Chief Strategy Impact Officer, Susan Hoff, agrees.
For a lot of families, the cost of school supplies and uniforms, all the things it takes to get ready for school, are a stretch. It's expensive, and so part of what Stock the School does, in addition to getting rooms set up, is also provide supplies, materials, equipment for kids. We know oftentimes if parents aren't able to provide those resources for their kids, teachers will dip into their own pockets. So this really provides that resource for those families, again, to set kids up for school success.
Companies like Texas Instruments put their volunteer resources behind United Way because of its consistent success creating change.
When we think of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, we really can't think of another organization that understands the community's needs as well as they do, and who can mobilize the community through volunteering and giving to make an impact in their focus areas of education, income, and health.
You see, United Way understands that when it comes to volunteering, it comes down to one key thing: people.
Corporations, just like all of us, are made up of people, and you can see around me how engaged they are, how they want to be sure that they're being part of the community too. And again, we want to do it for the kids, but we also know it's great for all of us.
Well, support from the community is a critical component of United Way's great work.
Joining us now is Jim Burke, President and CEO of Vistra Corp, and he's also the chair of United Way of Metropolitan Dallas's 101st annual campaign.
Yeah.
So we are getting to the end of the 100 and already talking about 101.
It starts tonight. That's exactly right.
A new century, Jim. No big deal, right?
No pressure.
Let's just forge forward right into it. And let's start with that, right? Because in your corporate involvement with Vistra, you've had to oversee a lot of transformation.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so how does that help provide you to drive into the next century with the United Way of Metropolitan
Well,
Dallas?
just think about this. Over 100 years ago, our company was formed as the Dallas Electric Light Company.
Wow.
We've been partnered with United Way already for 100 years.
That's amazing.
And we've had great leaders
Wow.
carry the ball,
Yeah.
and now it's our turn. And so the transformation that's going on with our company is happening right now in North Texas broadly, and it's a perfect time.
So you have seen the work that United Way does
Absolutely.
up close and personal. Is there a moment that stuck with you and said, this is what matters, this is why I want to lead them in that 101st
Absolutely. So Pathways to Work is what I'm really excited about, because if you can improve the wage opportunities with all the investment,
Yes.
tens of billions of dollars of investment, and folks can go with a little bit of training and accreditation, get 40, 50, 100% improvement in personal income, that changes lives. And United Way can convene the training programs with corporate support and make sure all the jobs that are coming available every day, North Texans are prepared for it.
And then I am curious as well, Jim, about the personal involvement, right?
Yeah.
Where does the motivation come for you to make some of these life-changing moves that really help people across the board?
Well, as a leader of a company, our name Vistra comes from two words: vision and tradition. And the tradition is about service.
Yeah.
And service is not only keeping the lights on every day, but what else do we do to support the community? So as a leader, I have to show that I'm up for it personally. I can't just ask my team to do it, and I want to do it. It's part of how I was raised. It's part of the leadership culture that I've inherited at the company. I've got to just continue to make sure that I can move it into this next century.
Servant leadership, right? If you can help others get what they want, you'll never want for anything. The
100%.
great Zig Ziglar said it, and it's the truth.
We can all
And you're
win.
living it out.
We can all win.
We
That's
can.
fantastic.
There's enough for all
Absolutely.
of us. And good on you for making sure that you follow through and your company
It's
does
a
as well.
huge honor and it's a huge responsibility, but we're excited. I'm personally excited about it.
Good. Well,
Thanks so
good
much,
luck
Jim
with
Burke.
the 101st.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for
absolutely.
being here tonight.
You
Great
got it.
stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Dallas, my goodness. You know, we didn't come to be like other cities. There was no port, no gold in the hills. Yet people made their way here. And together, we made it good. Every heart finds its thing here. The tunes, the tastes, the teams, the traditions. And through it all, we live united. We have big dreams for all of Big D. But we don't just dream, we take action. We live united. From Dallas to Collin County, Southern Denton to Rockwall, where there is a thirst for knowledge, we feel it. When there are obstacles, we work together to overcome by providing access to financial stability, healthcare, and jobs. We live united so that we can all thrive. This is Dallas United. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, celebrating 100 years of impact across North Texas, ready for 100 more.
Welcome back to the blue carpet. Welcome back to the blue carpet, where the stars are making their way inside of the Cotton Bowl. I am so honored to be joined now by Chef Drew Swanson. He is the Vice President of Culinary, Wolfgang Puck Catering. And Drew, I have to ask, I know that being a part of this community means so much to you, but what does it mean to give back to United Way, especially at a milestone as important as this?
Oh, well, it really means everything. I mean, being able to come here with all the city's talents, bring everyone together with the food of the city, the thing that brings everyone together at their homes and in their communities is just so special for us.
And I know you were talking about what you were doing earlier today. How excited are you to be here at this event?
Oh, so excited. It's to the same point. It's so great to get here, be able to come celebrate 100 years at this iconic place for this iconic charity. It's great.
And I have to ask, are you more excited to see Blake Shelton or Janet Jackson?
I gotta say Janet Jackson. Grew up in the 80s. It's always been the background of my life for sure, more so than Blake.
Okay, a couple more for you. I know that I already asked you this, and you said TBD, but what is your favorite thing to cook for people?
Oh my goodness. Whatever my wife wants today, that's my favorite thing to cook. So that, for sure, whatever makes my family happy.
Okay, what are some of the things that they had inside here? What was some of the food that they had today for all the guests?
Oh, wonderful. We did our iconic black truffle chicken pot pie, which was delicious. We're doing Pepsi flavored cakes in cans and Pepsi cans today for all the VIPs as well. So that was a lot of fun. I think those were my two favorite things.
With the holidays coming up, is there like a special Drew dish that your family gets treated to during Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Goodness. You know, I like to cook the food that I grew up eating and my grandma cooked. So anything that's old and casseroles from the Midwest, that's what I grew up eating. So, you know, I would say green bean casserole for all. That's my specialty.
Okay, given that answer, is there someone in your family that led you to become a chef?
Oh, I was very privileged to live with my dad's mom, my grandma, Genevieve, who passed on all of her love for cooking down to us. So a lot of her recipes still live in our own homes these days.
That's awesome, Drew. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Joe, Teresa, back to you.
Thanks so much. Good stuff there. And all of a sudden, I'm hungry, Michelle, so thank you.
This has been an incredible night, Joe. I'm always thrilled to be next to you with big events, but what a special one this is.
Yeah, no, when you think about the impact that this night symbolizes, Teresa, so much work that has been done over this century to help so many people.
You got it.
It is so impactful, so needed. Good on the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas.
Absolutely, and we are going to leave you with that QR code. Just open up your camera. It's a tax-deductible financial contribution. United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. Grateful for your support. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful night.